Hey guys, it's Vara, and today I wanted to talk with you guys about Ultimate Masters. I really wanted to go over my thoughts and my personal opinions on the set. I do want to just really get into it now that the full set is revealed and we can really take a deep look. I'm not going to talk about every single card that is in the set, but I am going to talk about my personal highlights, cards that I'm glad to see reprinted and seeing in this set. Now I do want to say really quickly before we start the video that they have said that this is going to be the last Master set for the foreseeable future. Now when I hear that, I expect another Master set really to be highlighted in spring of probably 2020. But I'm not sure if they are going to be able to go any longer than that without having a reprint set. So they might end up doing a different type of product. They might scrap the Masters boxes and make it more of just a box set or a collector's edition item to do reprints, but I don't think that they're going to be able to go any longer than say a year and a half without having a reprint set. I'm not sure how they're going to handle that in the future, but we do have some initial ideas, and let's just jump straight into Ultimate Masters. I think that the set overall so far is pretty solid, so let's just take a look at it, take a look at some prices, and really get a feel for it so we can really talk about it. So the first card is Cavern of Souls, which was sitting right around $65-ish. That is a great card to reprint, honestly. It's a staple in so many decks in multiple formats. I am really glad to see this because this is a staple that needs to be more easily accessible than it is right now, sitting upwards of $50 almost at all times. I haven't really seen it under $50 in a while, so I'm really glad to see that being reprinted. Another card that I'm excited to see reprinted is Dark Depths. This card was sitting right around $40, and I'm really glad to see this reprinted. It's a card that people really utilize in EDH. It's a card that is something that I wish that we saw more of, or a card that really represents Dark Depths, so I am glad to see that getting a reprint since it is a very versatile card that a lot of people play in different formats and different decks. So the next card is Karn Liberated. He is a big boy. Him foil is usually upwards of $120, and he right now, his cheapest version is sitting right around $55, I believe, maybe $60. He is a card that people are always looking for. He is a staple in so many different things, and he's just overall probably one of the best, if not maybe the best legendary planeswalker. Alright, so he's probably not the best planeswalker, but he's definitely top 3 best planeswalkers. He's great, very solid card, good to see him. In this set, I was really expecting to see Liliana of the Veil. She has been in every Master set this so far, and she is, of course, just a staple in Master sets. She's a card that always needs reprinting because she's always so expensive. Her cheapest version is sitting at $85, and foils for Liliana of the Veil are always so expensive. They are never cheaper than like $150. So of course we're seeing her again. She's not that surprising to see, really. You know, Cavern of Souls wasn't really that surprising either, to be honest. I was expecting that to be reprinted as well. You know, these cards are just staple cards that are almost always reprinted in some sort of Master set or reprint set, so it is good to see that. I was actually really not also surprised by Snapcaster Mage. He is a amazing card, one of the best cards in Magic, honestly. He is so important to so many different decks, so many combos. Really great to see him. He's also another card that is never under $50. I never see him under 50. Oh, Tarmogoyf. So Tarmogoyf we've seen so many times reprinted, but he has a new art and Tarmogoyf looks awesome. I think that the artwork of this looks really solid. Personally, I'm never going to think that a Tarmogoyf looks better than Future Sight Tarmogoyf. It's the border, the way that the art generally looks, it's amazing. But new Tarmogoyf artwork, I do see this fetching more of a premium. I think that it probably will escalate the price $5 to $10 more than other versions of Tarmogoyf, just because it's a new art. People want new art. It's really cool looking. But it is Tarmogoyf. So many people play him in so many different decks. Back to basics. I don't know if I was expecting this one or not. So a couple of months ago, probably two and a half months ago at this point, someone had actually bought out almost all the Back to Basics online on TCG Player, on Star City, and on eBay, and this went up in price to like $200. It was previously sitting at $60, then it shot up to $200 when people had bought them out, and this card is being reprinted, but it's also getting an art from from the fantastic Therese Nielsen. Beautiful, beautiful art, by the way. I do think that this is going to help the price lower. I don't see Back to Basics being really under $50 at this point. The original Back to Basics is sitting right around 65 to 70, so I do see this lowering the price a little bit. I think Back to Basics will sit right around 50 no matter what version it is, but beautiful new artwork. Very excited to see that in this set. I wasn't expecting a new artwork if we even saw Back to Basics, so that was actually really surprising to me. Ancient Tomb, really, really solid card to put in a master set. Same with Mana Vault. Very great cards we see in Commander that are huge staples. Very, very lovely to see. They just really help that pull value because they can be utilized so well. They're not just cards that, you know, you can't use them in every single deck, so it's good to always have those quality of life overall general reprints that someone could pull and really be happy with it. But that is getting into the rares. Ancient Tomb and Back to Basics are rares. The rest before this were mythics, just so you guys know. But getting into the rares, I did want to note really quickly to you guys before we get any farther into the rares that 26 out of 53 rares in this set are under $5. Now this is really high. Usually we see about 20 rares or so out of the usually around 50 rares that we see in master sets, but 26 out of the 53 are under $5. So keep this in mind with packs in the MSRP going up. MSRP to $335, which most people aren't selling boxes for $335, but the price pack point of $13.99 per pack is huge compared to how many rares are actually under $5. So please keep that in mind when you're buying single packs. Keep that in mind when buying a booster box. Make sure you really take a look at the prices of cards depending on when you're purchasing the set, if you're buying it at release or if you're buying it later. Just keep that in mind and really check out the prices before you buy. Vara's wise wisdom here. Anyway, Demonic Tutor is getting a reprint. Very great. Brand new art. It looks really good. Demonic Tutor, of course, a great card. I absolutely love the new art. I think it looks really solid. I do see this card probably pulling about $30 because of the new artwork. Demonic Tutors usually sit at about $20, $25, but with a new art, you know, I think that'll actually really help raise the price a little bit. Foil for this card is probably going to be insane. It's probably going to be like $100 for a foil version of this card. I know so many people are already really wanting this in foil, so keep that in mind if you want Demonic Tutor. Another card that we're seeing is Engineered Explosives. Now, a lot of these cards we did see in the box topper spoilers, but I did want to go over them. Engineered Explosives is a very great card. It is a really pricey card too. Engineered Explosives is sitting at like $40, $45, so seeing a reprint, I think it's going to help sit it right around $50. Great reprint. A card that a lot of people recently have been looking for, surprisingly, so I was happy to see that because I just feel like the demand for Engineered Explosives has gone up so much recently. I don't know why. Noble Hierarch, not a surprise to see her in this. She's a great card. She's a staple for so many people. She's really, really cool, so I'm glad to see that. Pattern of Rebirth, I don't really want to talk about the card itself because we all know the card itself isn't really that utilized in many things, but the art is, of course, Therese Nielsen art, and it's a new art, and it's the first alternate art that this card has gotten from my knowledge, so that's really, really cool to see. Really happy with that. Really, really awesome art, actually. Other than that, there aren't many other cards that really caught my attention besides cards that I personally play, like Vexing Devil. I love Vexing Devil. I play many things. It's a staple to me in my collection. Through the Breach, really cool reprint, actually. It's actually a new art. It's similar to a past art that we've seen, but it is slightly altered, slightly new. It does look really cool. Through the Breach is a card that is always going up and down in price. It is constantly being inflated, constantly being bought in higher quantities, and then it'll slowly tick its way back down, so really, really cool to see. But overall, you guys, those are the rares and mythics. I really don't have any commons or uncommons that are super notable to me, honestly. Scrolling back through it, Eternal Witness is going to be an uncommon, which is really, really great to see. Of course, you know, a card that a lot of people always are looking for. Same with Kitchen Finks, really cool to see. Lava Spike is getting a new art, and it looks solid. Lava Spike is usually like a $4 to $5 card. Really sad that we're not seeing a Lightning Bolt in this, you guys. Really, really, really unfortunate they had wasted Lightning Bolt in Masters 25. Varadark isn't too happy, you guys, but that is actually it that I wanted to talk about for Ultimate Masters. It is a solid looking set so far. A lot of these prices prices though are really wishy-washy. A lot of inflation with cards because the past few weeks I feel like a lot of these cards have surprisingly been bought out, which is okay, but keep in mind the inflation, keep in mind the price point. Let me know how much you guys actually pick your boxes up for, or the price point you have set yourself for. I know a lot of people right now are not planning on buying this set for $335. I personally wouldn't pay $335 for a box. I don't know if anyone else really would. It looks good, and plus you do have to keep in mind the box topper price. The box topper does add so much more of a value. You know, the EV right now Masters is being expected to be right around $300, but you also have to keep in mind the pack that comes with it, which does add $50 to $80 extra onto that price point. So you guys will have to let me know in the comments down below what you all think of Ultimate Masters. My thoughts are it is a really good looking set. It is a very solid set, maybe even the best Master set that we have seen so far card wise, but price wise I don't think so. I think they really didn't hit the ball with this price point. I think people had wanted Master sets originally to go down in price, not go up in price, and it's like they did the exact opposite thing of what people wanted and they hired the price. But I think it's because they're trying to say this is the last hurrah for Masters for the foreseeable future. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on Ultimate Masters. I hope that you guys enjoyed my personal analysis on it, and I'll talk to you guys again really soon. Hey there, thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video. You should click that subscribe button, and there are plenty of ways to show support to the channel, such as following me on Twitter, joining the Dark Titans Discord server, or even chipping in on Patreon and becoming a Dark Titan yourself. I'll see you all in the next video.